part 2 of my recent declutter videos. So let's have a look. Oh, there's a couple here that are kind of a bit painful, but I just feel like, I just don't wear them. I don't need them. Let's start with one that I've got a little bit of story about. Oh, I'm kind of surprised about this one, but Obsessed by Calvin Klein. Now, there's a couple of reasons that I'm kind of gutted about this one. One is that this is like a lavender and ISO-y super perfume, and I absolutely love lavender perfumes. But the main reason, to be honest, that I'm sad of getting rid of this one is that I absolutely love this bottle. This bottle is one of my favourite bottles in my collection, but this has become a bit of a problem for me, this perfume, so I'm just going to smell it now. Yeah, see, it instantly makes me feel a bit queasy, and I will tell you why. So before I bought, I'm just going to check this is on the right way around. I don't think it makes a difference. Before I bought this original version of Obsessed for Women, I bought Obsessed Intense, I think it's called, the one in the black bottle. And that made me feel quite sick. It was very sweet, cloyingly so. It's very much this, but a much sweeter and thicker version of Obsessed. And I really didn't like it, so I got rid of that one. And then because I just loved this bottle so much, I was like, I'm going to get this. And I kind of liked it, right? It was really working for me when I first got this. And then last year, so sometime in 2024, I can't even remember what it was now, I forgot to mention it. I was on the tube, and there was a lady standing directly in front of me because I'd managed to get a seat. She got on a bit later. She was standing in front of me, and she was wearing something that smelt very much like Obsessed Intense, and a lot of it. And every time I got a whiff, it made me absolutely sick to my stomach. It made me feel so nauseous. It was crazy how sickly I found it. And now I can't wear this because it's got the same profile as whatever she was wearing. I mean, again, like I might actually put a bet down that she was wearing Obsessed Intense. I don't think it was this one because this is really pretty. But I just can't cope with this now. And look how amazing this bottle is. This is such a Cass bottle. This is absolutely the kind of thing that I love. But there's no point in me having this big bottle because I think, what is this? This is 100 ml. And I'm just not going to use this. I have things that have a little bit of a hint of this. So I've got perfumes that have got quite a lot of ISO-y super in. I've actually got Ormond Jane, Ormond Woman. And there is a little hint of this kind of smell in that, but in a way that doesn't make me feel quite so queasy. So, and I still have I think I have got a little sample of this somewhere that I got before I actually invested in a full bottle. But I'm really sad. I used to like to put this on like a Saturday or Sunday morning, first thing in the morning, when I was just kind of making my coffee and hanging with my husband, and I thought it was really fresh and clean. And it is. It's very aromatic. It's got lavender. It's got a ton of ISO-y super. It's sweet. It's got that kind of white t-shirt smell about it, but yeah, it does something to me now when I smell it. So I think I'm going to have to pass this on, and I hope I don't massively regret it. But yeah, that makes me sad. That actually genuinely makes me sad. But once something has really turned my stomach, I find it very difficult to come back to it. It's the same with food, to be honest. All right, so let's just go for one that I just don't love it. I never have loved it, so I don't need it. This is a Philosophy body spray called Marzipan Dreams. What does this say? Sugar floats in the air, blah, blah. I just think this smells like Nivea Sun or something, but slightly sweeter. It smells to me less like a Marzipan Dream and more like a suntan lotion, a very, very sweet and sugary suntan lotion. This is not really my kind of thing. I don't like suntan lotiony perfumes or lotiony perfumes generally. So there's just no point in me having this because I just don't wear this. So yeah, that's the Philosophy Body Spirits Marzipan Dreams. That one can go for sure. I've barely ever worn that, so I'm not going to miss it. Oh, I've got a few here that I'm planning to take a decant from. So this, I was so sure I'd never get rid of this that I got rid of the box, which was a mistake. But anyway, this is My Cup of Tea by Brocard. This is Sweet Home. This is a sweet tea perfume with berries, and I think this is black tea. It's very beautiful. It's got cinnamon and stuff in it as well. It's just really, really pretty. But I very rarely can wear sweet tea perfumes. This one has a slightly Christmassy vibe to it because of that cinnamon, so I like it for that reason. But I think this is one where these are so rare, they're so hard to find, that I think I'm just going to take a decant of this and then pass on what's left of the bottle as a partial so that someone else can enjoy this. I feel like there's people who probably really wanted to try these perfumes and haven't been able to because you can't get Russian perfumes in the UK anymore. But yeah, it's just a little bit too sweet for me in terms of tea perfumes. I do tend to like tea perfumes that are a bit fresher. And speaking of, another one that I'm going to take a decant of is this Giacomo Art Collection number 8 in this really cool bottle. As you can see, it's like super cool. It's got some really good information here on the back. What does it say? Masala chai. Very cool. So another really cool bottle, but I think this is 100ml too. Yeah, 100ml of an eau de parfum. I just don't need this much of this perfume. I really normally only wear this like once a year, and it's normally at Christmas because this has a feel to it. It's got like dried fruits and spices and milk and tea, and it feels like a mince pie flavoured tea with a splash of milk. That's what I think this smells like. It is pretty, but I so rarely wear it. And again, it's kind of a tea perfume that's quite sweet. It's got a very small hint of being lactonic. I think it smells a bit like prunes and apricots, the fruits here. So it's really nice. But you can see I've had this for years. I've hardly even got a dent in it. It's got a really cool bottle, but I'm going to take a decant of this guy and then I'm going to pass on the rest of the bottle because it's not entirely like something I'm going to wear all the time. So it takes up a lot of space. So anyway, that is Art Collection. That's Art Collection number 8 from Giacomo. It's in a huge box. All right. So, okay. This one, I thought about this for ages. So I am going to pass on my big bottle of Eau d'Orient from Rituals. So look how fancy this is. It's so cool. Eau d'Orient, this gorgeous bottle. This is a beautiful perfume. It definitely is. But I have two 15ml mini bottles of this. This is a 50ml bottle, and just before actually I managed to get hold of this big bottle, they discontinued this perfume, and so many people have commented on the video I made talking about this, saying how gutted they are that this has been discontinued because they loved this perfume. That I feel like I've got such a massive collection that two 15ml spray bottles of Eau d'Orient is going to be plenty for me within my collection, and I don't need to have a 50ml bottle of this as well, realistically, for how often I'm going to wear it. So it's beautiful though, it really is. It's so beautiful, this perfume. It has a little bit of a crossover with something like Baby Cat because it has a real sweet and slightly smoky, slightly spicy, warm vibe. This is much more powdery and it's more of a tonka sweetness than a vanilla sweetness, and it's not so much leather as it is spices and incense and that kind of thing, but somehow it's just in that same neck of the woods. Although I'd say that in terms of its actual texture, it's a little bit more like a Scarlet Poppy or from Jo Malone, or Sarah Jessica Parker's Stash Unspoken. It's got this kind of powdery tonka and sandalwood smell. It's cozy, it's beautiful, it's so lovely. But yeah, I think my two little bottles which comes to about 30 mils, is more than enough for me. And I'd like someone else who is really missing this perfume to be able to get hold of it, because yeah, it's just so sad that they discontinued it. It's really, really a shame. But anyway, so yeah, that's my reasoning for that. So it's not because I don't love it. I really do love this one, but I also love my mini bottles, which are literally just tiny miniatures of this. They just look like this, but tiny. They're so cute. So I've got 2 of those, and that is more than I need. So that's why I'm getting rid of that baby. Gorgeous though. I mean, look at the bottle. Oh, so beautiful. All right. Let's see. This little baby cheapie, Vanilla Darling from Orient de Varens. That's Varens Flirt. This is just not my kind of vanilla, really. Let me just tell. It's got a horrible plastic container in it. This has definitely got darker since I got it. So this one. This also is a little bit similar to the Chanson d'Eau vanilla, which has almost got like this slightly tropically feel and a little bit of a candy floss feel in with the vanilla, and there's definitely fruits here. I can't remember what's even listed for this, but there's definitely something fruity. It's got a kind of vanilla ice cream vanilla in here. It's very, very sweet. It's just not my kind of thing. Like, I'm already very fussy about vanillas, and this is just not my kind of vanilla. So yeah, it was really fun to test it, but it's just not for me, that one. So I have both of my Jade Goodies here, and it's mainly because the bottles are massive. So this is Controversial from Jade Goodie. It's cool box, a big old bottle. This is one I've already got a little decant of, but I just don't need this massive bottle. So huge bottle. This is like frangipani and red berries, and it's very sweet. It's got a creaminess to it. And I think that this has, I would say, this does have a slightly vintage smell to it. It's definitely floral. But this has strawberries in it, I think. It really makes me think of strawberries. And it also makes me think a little bit of like Elmley. So like a cream that's not a cream, if you see what I mean. Or like something that's made like a kind of UHT kind of creaminess going on here. It has definitely a creamy texture. I really feel like there's a slight strawberries and cream feel here, with a lot of frangipani and some other florals and a few fruits. It is pretty. It definitely has a little bit of a kind of classic old school Chanel-y perfume kind of smell about it. It doesn't necessarily smell massively aldehydic, but it definitely has something very soapy when this dries down. So yeah, I do like this one, but I don't need 100ml huge chunky bottle of it taking up space. So a little decant of this is going to be plenty for me, and then I can I'll pass this on in a bundle probably. But it's a really good value perfume. Like, it's actually really beautiful. And I think if you like some of the sweet old Chanels, if you like cocoa and you like things like Chanel No. 5 and that kind of thing, I feel like you're going to like these. So the other one is Shush. It's also by Jade Goodie. Another excellent value perfume. This one is, to me, very much like a kind of sweeter, more modern, more youthful take on something like Coco from Chanel, the original Coco Eau de Parfum. There are some spices. This, actually, when I found the notes from a press release, has a cotton candy and some kind of fruit tea note in it, like a cassis tea or something. But it also has loads of spices, loads of florals. It's definitely got some similar recognisable notes that you get in cocoa, but this is much sweeter. It's much easier going. It's a little bit lighter. It's not quite as sharp. It's not quite as mature, but it's in that same kind of realm. So if you like things like cocoa, I think you'd really like this. This is another one I'm just going to take a good decant from. And then I'm going to pass it on because I just don't need this massive bottle. But it's not one that I'm like, I'm just going to get rid of it and I never want to smell it again, you know. But yeah, so that's Shush from Jade Goodie. Really affordable ones. Then we have this. This has been in and out of my collection. I've had the massive bottle and then I've had this little bottle. But again, for the amount that I wear it, I don't need anything more than the other thing I've got, which is a 10 ml rollerball. So this is Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker. A beautiful, complex perfume that mainly the reason I keep bringing this back is because I think it's got a cute bottle. But like I said, I've got a 10 ml rollerball and I don't wear this enough to need anything more than that. So if I'm being strict with myself, there's no reason to keep this one. It's very cute though, because this is a 30 ml. I don't think you can get this in 30 mils anymore. This is such a strange and interesting perfume. It smells super niche. So Covet is, look at this little bottle. It's so weird. So the original Covet is honeysuckle, lemon, I think it's teak wood and dark chocolate. It's a really unusual mixture of things. I do get the honeysuckle. This is sweet. You definitely get some of that lemon as well. So it's like a strange mixture of a lemony chocolate with a really sweet honeysuckle and then this really interesting wood. Is it mahogany or teak? I can't remember, but there's like a dark wood in here. It genuinely does smell. It's slightly challenging and that's why I don't wear it very often. It's not the easiest thing to wear for me because it is so sweet, but it's also quite strange. But it's also kind of amazing and smells expensive. But my rollerball doesn't take up much space and I've got a bunch of SJP rollerballs of things that I don't feel like I need a full bottle of, and I feel like this is one I don't really truly need a full bottle of, even though I do think it's beautiful. So I'm going to get rid of my tiny little 30 ml of Cover. It's super, super cute. A very beautiful perfume, to be honest. But yeah, I don't need a 30 ml plus a 10 ml. And can you tell I'm being strict with myself here? This is very random, this little perfume. This is Orchid Paradisi from Mayfair, London. It's such a bargainous perfume. It doesn't come in like a box or anything. It doesn't even have anything written on it. But it's actually very pretty. It's a very musky floral, but it's also got tea in it. So it's like vanilla, orchid, musk, and tea, basically. I'm sure there's other things in here. It's very pretty. It's just not one I really need. I have Elizabeth Arden White Tea Vanilla Orchid, so I've already got a kind of a tea and vanilla orchid scent. But I also have tons of musky florals, so I just don't really need this one in my collection, even though it's quite pretty. So this, again, I'll just put this in with a bundle of like lovely floral perfumes, or maybe lovely musky perfumes, because it's really very pretty. Last but not least, can you even believe it? I am decluttering my Burberry Goddess. This is the original Burberry Goddess, the eau de parfum, just a 30 ml bottle. So I have a 10 ml pen spray of this, although there's probably about 5 ml left. And the reason I'm getting rid of I do think this bottle's beautiful. I've not really used much of the actual bottle, as you can see. It's almost full. But the reason I'm getting rid of this guy is because I now have Angham from Lattafa, which I prefer. I just prefer it to this one. There's something in Burberry Goddess that rubs me up the wrong way a little bit. I love the ginger, I love the cacao, I love the vanilla, but I feel like there is either some kind of patchouli in the base or some kind of synthetic wood or something that I'll smell it and it'll just put me off wearing it. Yeah, it's just there in the background. There's just this little hint of something a little bit tarry and possibly like modern aroma chemically that's just not my thing. So yeah, I decided, because I tested out both Athena and Angham. Angham was my favourite. It smelt the least synthetic in the dry down to me. I have a 100 ml bottle of that now, so I can pass this little 30 ml on to someone who would really like to have their own bottle of proper Burberry Goddess. So yeah, that is where I'm going to finish here, guys. Thank you so much for watching my declutter videos. I feel sure that I'm going to have another one at some point in the future, because I've still got loads of stuff to review and talk about that I haven't filmed yet. So thank you so much for watching. Don't be upset if I'm decluttering anything that you love. There's always reasoning behind it, and people like me who talk about perfumes on YouTube, we do not have space to keep everything that we buy. So, And plus, you often have to blind buy things because you don't have, there's no way of me testing a lot of this stuff out. So I just have to take the financial hit and then pass them on to try and recoup some of that money so I can buy more stuff to talk about on my channel. So that's how this works, and I hope that you guys understand. I hope you enjoyed it. I love watching a declutter video. I find them really satisfying, but yeah. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks very much.